Remember, you can always join us from 9 till 10 Wednesday mornings right here in the Gillespie Group storefront studio on the Avenue of Michigan. We are right next to the Great Lakes Chocolate and Coffee Company. In fact, the window is wide open, and people are enjoying, looks like, coffee and water and chatting about things. We're right across from the baseball stadium. We'd love to have you here with us. And we are online at spotlightmm.com. It's the Mid-Michigan Business Wrap. You can find us, too, at michigantalknetwork.com. And, in fact, as Bob Henland would like to remind you, we're on Facebook, too. How do people do that?
You can just keyword search Mid-Michigan Business Wrap, and the page will come up right there. Become a fan and watch what's going on.
What will you find on that Facebook page?
Well, for instance, yesterday we have the article, and I'm going to let Lynn talk about it a little more in detail, but when the news broke about the Women's Hall of Fame, I posted the link right off the bat, and anytime it's something happening with this group, whether there's something happening positive in Michigan, I try to keep up as far as just different news and just articles about any of the panel members.
And the link is there too to spotlightmm.com, I would imagine.
That is correct.
And that's where people can hear the show all over again.
That's where they can listen to it all back and forth. And then we also have the links each week for the YouTube clips.
Oh, right. Is that Matt Smith doing that?
Yep.
You can put those on YouTube.
The link is there each week. So they can just one click and watch YouTube if there's a part of it. It's usually broken down into either 3 or 4 different segments.
All right, so you can really check out, and can people connect with every member of the panel
every
member,
member,
if they want to?
Through that, I think you still have to go through
MM?
Spotlight MM for the individual links.
Okay, and so that way, if you hear somebody and you're interested in talking with them more about what you heard on the program or saw on YouTube, they can get to you. You don't mind taking emails and questions like that, right?
Not at all. Welcome it.
All right, thank you very much. I know, George, people have questions about cars, and they've come to know you as a straight shooter, even if it isn't about a Ford product. They can come to the automotiveinsider.com or see you in person and ask about it.
Like the car you're driving. It's a magnet for parking tickets.
That's not my car, and don't you say what kind of car that is either, because
what kind of trouble can Michael Patrick Shields get in for wearing his Irish golf shorts today and a sport coat? It's quite an outfit. I'm
That's
like
under
just
the table.
stunned, actually.
You let everybody see behind the curtain because we're on television. I have a blazer and a golf shirt, and
that wizard?
Shorts and sandals.
There you go.
Have you ever been to Bermuda? But I don't have the socks. They would have socks going all the way up to my knees.
But that's their typical outfit in Bermuda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's multitasking.
But this is Lansing, not Bermuda.
You're opening my eyes.
You had good news.
Well, Cheryl Freeborough, I think that we should toot her horn a little bit. She was inducted into the Women's Hall of Fame in Michigan, and it said that rising through the ranks of a predominantly male auto industry, Freeborough became one of the only 9 female Saturn dealers in the country, and that she helped emerge from the auto industry turmoil as a new owner, and now she has the Hyundai dealership. So I think that's wonderful, and I think we should all be very proud of her.
She's in the Michigan Women's Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Right, and we should probably add that what she went through with the Saturn debacle, would have destroyed anybody, even the toughest business person.
I agree with that,
So
George.
from that standpoint, A+ for Cheryl.
Absolutely.
She stuck right in there.
Absolutely.
She's probably listening. Let's do it again.
She had
Way to go.
two Saturn stores.
Right.
Grand Ledge and Okemos.
Correct.
Had all her eggs in the Saturn basket.
Correct, and she had 2 overheads, and she had told me that she had originally argued that we only needed 1 Saturn store, and so on and so on. And I understand that, because the factories always like you to spend capital that is at risk so that they can look good. And I don't have a real problem with that, except if it doesn't make good business sense. And yet she had to do all of that. She lost one of the facilities. I think she's still trying to sell it, but she's now in Grand Ledge, and she is starting to thrive, which is great.
What do you attribute that to? I see her, I recently just met her joining this wonderful program, and she's just so positive and upbeat all the time. Is she always like that?
Well, and she's not only always like that, but I think if you peel back, she's got a tenacity. Okay, that may be part of the reason why she got this award, because it was a man's, so to speak, business, but she has a tenacity. She doesn't give up. She's unbelievable, and she doesn't give in either, and that's the 2 major keys to being successful. I won't give up, but I'm not going to give in. She never gave in to the old boys network, all the other stuff that she did. She was just excellent. I mean, it's a great honor.
You have to have a positive attitude to be able to overcome all of that.
There's no question about that.
Is real estate a female-dominated industry?
You know, that's interesting. When I started, there was Marguerite Moore, and she was working with Al White, and she was the only woman real estate agent at the time I started, and I'm not going to say how long ago that was.
A couple of years.
Just a few years ago. But, you know, that's a good question. I would have to say probably it is.
Seems
but
like
I don't
it.
know the actual answer.
Just a perception. All right. When we get back, what I want to talk about is, speaking of being in the Hall of Fame and a woman and all that kind of thing, the Superman syndrome in your business. We're looking at some of the top 5 small business mistakes to avoid. One of them is the Superman syndrome. And George is laughing. Maybe you know what we're going to talk about. But does your business have the Superman syndrome, or Superwoman syndrome in this case? We'll find out what it means, and we'll hear from our panel, and you can ask yourself that question too as soon as we get back. It's Michael Patrick Shields on the Mid-Michigan Business Wrap.